Hello everybody and welcome back to Video Game Therapy. Gonna be speaking quietly today because I've just moved and I'm still feeling awkward about recording in the new space. So speaking of having just moved, I thought I was gonna talk a lot about moving in and moving on, but something else has happened. Yesterday I went for a swim because you can reserve a space now at my university's gym facility in the pool. That's great. Now keep this in mind. So for the last 2 weeks before I moved, I went on runs every morning. And ever since, so I feel like there's gotta be a bit of a timeline, but November of 2020, I hurt my shoulder. I went to PT and it showed there were a lot of underlying issues that have been going on for a while because of karate and boxing, and every small way I've used my shoulders and done my stances has built up something bad. I think someone just... whatever. So... I had to stop doing the at-home boxing bodyweight workouts I was doing, and which is fine and all, long term. I'm gonna get back to it. But so my main thing was running because I didn't want to use my shoulders. I'm genuinely scared of it, injuring myself more. So I started running. And it was good, The first time I got back into it, I ran like half a mile before I was like, right. But anyway, so yeah, that's how I got back into running the first time, ? And then the 2 weeks before I left, I said I'm gonna do morning runs, just because I can. I want to prove to myself that I can. So for 14 days, I kept that up. I technically wanted to do it for 16 days, but anyway. It was a good streak. Now the thing with running, because I'm not a big fan of running. I only did it because it was the only thing I could do, so to speak. And I think running is great. I think running has great returns as exercise. And you can, gets you outside, gets you moving, whatever. But yeah, so I was running for a while, and now I'm back in the city, and I figure I'll look for a boxing place probably today or tomorrow. Today's Tuesday, in case you're wondering. Whatever. And I'll do some swimming now that the pool's open. And I met up with some friends, and one of them or two of them were swimming yesterday night, and so I was like, I'll do it now. I was gonna be procrastinating anyway, so I just did it. So I went swimming last night. Now, this is where the title of the video comes in, because running was pushing through pain and swimming was genuine fatigue. Now, I had been on a swim team in high school and very seriously in middle school, pretty seriously in middle school, and so I made a set for myself that I thought was pretty easy, but I didn't finish it because I was trying to swim like I could swim 2 years ago. That's unfortunate. And so I started swimming. I got 200 free and my shoulders were hurting, and I was like, oh, this is a good workout. But then the fatigue kicked in when I started trying to do sprints and stuff. I tried to do butterfly. I made it a 25 and my shoulders were like, nah, we're not coming out of the water anymore. And my shoulders are still so sore. No other part of me is sore. It's just my shoulders. Likely because I haven't been using them for several months. But yeah. So running, on the other hand, I've never gotten fatigued running. And I mean muscle fatigue. And I mean fatigue. Like when I got out of the pool and I pushed myself up out of it, I almost fell back down because my muscles gave out. And it's weird because fatigue is not a thing that you can necessarily push past. It is and it isn't. Because there's biology happening there. Lactic acid builds up. your actin-myosin can't do their thing. Your muscle fibers won't work. There's a whole science, whatever. But swimming yesterday, genuinely, I could not. Apologies for background noises, by the way. It's New York City. I simply could not push myself past that shoulder fatigue. It was. I mean, there are definitely. I could have pushed myself to keep going, but like, I felt the fatigue, and it just wasn't like it was with running. Because with running, it just hurts. I don't know if that makes any sense. Oh, that was dope. I was running like 4 or 5 miles before I came back to the city. If I don't have to run again, I will be a happy boy. Well, I'll still run, but just not as frequently. Anyway. With running, it would be like with swimming, I did not get out of breath. It wasn't a breath problem. It was purely shoulder fatigue was my big issue. With running, I don't know. It's like you make it 2 miles in, and it's like I catch my breath again after 20 seconds of staying still, but my legs just hurt. It's not muscle fatigue, or at least not in the same way as swimming. So I wonder how much more I could have pushed myself during running. Because toward the end of running, my right leg started really hurting, and it was genuinely concerning. It's partially because of PT or whatever. I'm not entirely certain of why I thought this would make a good VGT topic, but I was just thinking about it last night as I was struggling to fall asleep and my shoulders were killing me. It's also because I'm using small muscles that I never knew I had before PT, pretty much. But just so weird during swimming, like I wasn't using my legs enough, and that's something I gotta work on. And so me pushing myself to kick more, to kick faster, kick more frequently, that's something like running, where I can say, push yourself to run faster, push yourself to kick faster. But with the shoulders, I rely on my arms so much for swimming. That was never a secret. But good God, it's just not the same as running. Because I remember, for boxing, I would remember the fatigue and getting tired, and I was like, after all this running, I'm well equipped to just push myself past that now. But I don't remember what kind of, if it was pain or if it was fatigue. That you rude. It just really throws me through a loop, and I don't know if this is. I don't know. With running, I just run until your muscles fail. Or like with swimming, like the lactic acid was bad. maybe I wonder if like pain comes after you don't get fatigued as easily. They're like there's 2 bars, right? 2 like progress bars. Excuse me. What is fatigue and what is pain? And like my fatigue for running caps out long after my pain for running does. But pain for swimming caps out long after fatigue. So I get fatigued way before I can even feel the need of, okay, push yourself. Whew, I also got out of the pool and my head was, so I could have passed out if I did not breathe properly, I'm pretty sure. Probably not something I should be saying, but yeah. I mean, don't push yourself too hard, right? I don't know. My immediate reaction is like, I should tie this into something. It's really, that's it objectively. I mean, when I'm swimming, I don't know. I think back to when I ran, and it was like, I could, I come back home and I'm like, oh, I could have pushed myself for that last sprint. But for swimming, when I think I could have gone faster for that 50 free sprint I tried, it's just like, nah. My best time for 50 free was 24 seconds, 17 milliseconds when I was in high school. And I think I got like a 40-second sprint, which is not bad, but for me horrible. And I think I could definitely get a sub 30 if it was like the first thing I did. But I did like I'd swim like 24 laps before that. It's just nuts. But actually, you know what? I kind of ironically was like, ooh, I should bring this into a more theoretical, philosophical realm. But now I'm thinking I should. So I wonder if this isn't just a physical, comparison that you can make. Because like if you're studying, there's definitely studying fatigue. Like you can definitely get just exhausted looking at the same thing over and over and sitting there. Like that's fatigue. I guess pain would maybe be like the pain of not wanting to do something. It's kind of like the whole listen to your body thing in exercise. Like if you're feeling like it hurts, stop. But push back a little more. Like always listen to your body. But also push back. Like if I'm running and I stop when I immediately feel pain, then I would not make it very far. I have to push past that. That's just it. And for swimming, if I stopped when I immediately started feeling fatigued, then it's like I would not get very far. But eventually you have to listen to your body, right? And I wonder if just work is the same thing. It's kind of like if you've been studying for an exam for 3 hours straight or whatever. I don't think I'd be able to do that, but we'll have to see. And doing practice problems. And excuse me. Yeah. It's 11:30. My personal rule has been and always will be like if I don't know something by midnight the day before the exam, I'm not going to know by the time the exam starts. Because studying everything is diminishing returns, but studying too long is definitely, if you study for 3 hours straight, your brain, I think there was something to see, your brain's not going to comprehend what you read after the first hour. Well, it will, but your brain will get fatigued, and that's when you should stop and take a 5-10 minute break and then come back to it. Breaks are so important. Go away from me, you fool. Yes, I just called the lemur a fool. Oh, double back. Let's go. But like the pain would be, oh, I really don't want to study for this test. Push past that pain. Oh, I really don't want to study Japanese today. Oh, it just takes too much effort to sit down and edit this video right now. Push past that. And then once you do it for a while, get started. Like that's the hard part you have to push past. If you feel like you can't focus when you start something, try anyway. But if you truly get 3 hours in and realize you really, can't focus, then, take a break or just stop all around. Hey, they're the 2 progress bars. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about this week. I have moved in. I'm back in the city. Feels good, man. I always love those animations. Yeah, I think I'm either gonna go edit this or record some kinseed. I'm gonna see if I can make it 10,000 meters. Maybe I'll talk a little bit more about random stuff. Moving in is a little strange because it felt like I was moving into college for the first time again. Which technically makes sense, seeing as I haven't been here for 2 years. Well, it's been 1.5 years since I've not dormed, but it's good to finally not be home pretty much. It's gonna take me a hot minute to get back into routine for sure. Trying an 8-hour workday thing now. Worked pretty well yesterday. Thanks to cold turkey, of course. I thought I was gonna hit that balloon. Anyway, yeah, thanks so much for watching and/or listening. I've been your player 1, marker mobkinz 78. Yeah, have a good one, and as always, don't forget to stay awesome. See you next week.